Hey everyone, hope you're still all safe and well and happy. Welcome back to JP's Food Pod. So today's recipe is a very simple one. It's a Bombay cauliflower. Now this one you can do with all sorts of vegetables. This is the one that I normally do, but feel free to switch them out for things like butternut squash, sweet potato, basically any vegetables that you've got. If you get a bit stuck, as always, please either message me through my social media on Facebook, on Instagram, or you can email me directly at jpsfoodpod@gmail.com and I will get back to you all. This one, we've already done a bit of work, and what we have done so far is that we've flouretted the cauliflower. We have blanched it in boiling water for about 2 to 3 minutes, just until the stalks start to get a bit tender, and flushed it through cold water. We then also brought potatoes up to the boil, and again cooked that for about 2 to 3 minutes, still while it's nice and firm, but starting to give. Again, flushed it through cold water, and then drained it. So we've also just gone ahead and halved our cherry tomatoes, and here I've just got some regular spinach that's been washed. Mine's looking like it's starting to come to an end, so this is the perfect time to use it. So as a quick recap on the ingredients you need, this is based on a family of 4. You're going to need 500 grams of potatoes. It's been diced down into about 2 to 3 inch chunky dice. You're going to need 1 large cauliflower, it's been flouretted. You're going to need about 400 grams of spinach, washed and drained. You're going to need about 16 cherry tomatoes, halved. Also, you're going to need at least 1 to 1.5 teaspoons of curry powder, depending on taste. Some salt, if you have it, which unfortunately I don't, half a teaspoon of turmeric, which would be great, turmeric powder, and oil. Also, what I normally add in at the end is a little bit of lemon juice, a little bit of coriander. If you've got that, great. If you haven't, not a big deal. So the key to this is get your pan nice and hot. So if you start with your pan nice and hot, we've got a little bit of oil in there, and I add a little bit more when it's ready to go. So this is all about getting colour onto your potatoes and a really nice colour onto your cauliflower. So we're going to do these in stages. Do one lot, lift it out, do your next lot. Okay. The key thing is to make sure that your pan is hot. If you get it too hot, that you're going to burn your oil, flush it, and you cause yourself a fire. Okay, so do this safely. Alternative ways that you can kind of get there a little bit ahead of time by cheats. You can roast out your potatoes if you like, instead to get a nice crispy colour. You can deep fat fry them if you really want, just to get the colour started. But obviously make sure that you drain them really well so they're not soaked in oil. Okay, so the pan's getting nice and hot. Okay, starting to smoke a little bit in with a little bit more oil. Get that oil hot as well. It's probably going to become quite noisy, probably the noisiest recipe we've done so far. So hopefully my voice will carry over. The other key thing about this recipe, if you don't have a really good size pan, you might want to do these in batches. Anyway, potatoes in. Straight away, you can hear it sizzling away. Then leave them, let them cook. You want to get a bit of colour on them before we do anything else to them. If your pan isn't hot enough, everything's going to basically just cook down to like a mulch or a mush. It's still going to be edible, don't get me wrong. However, it's not going to be as nice as if you've got the individual pieces there that you're eating into, which is kind of really what it's all about in this dish. If it does turn to mush, however, treat it like a curry. Once you've got everything going in there, if you've got something like a little bit of coconut milk in your cupboard, which you can buy the tins reasonably cheap nowadays, add that in, let it reduce down at the end, and you'll get yourself a really nice coconut-based curry. You might want to add a bit more spice or something, but apart from that, you'll be good to go. All right? This version is a dry one, using the spice to be the main flavour provider there, and just to be something that's really nice to eat, texture-wise. Some of the colours are really starting to come in, it's looking really nice. Starting to get there. It's going to take a little while with this one because I am just using a camping stove. If you're using a traditional cooker stovetop, you should be fine, okay? The thing is about cooking like this is the fact that you're giving something a go, right? And it might not come out quite the same the first time around, but the great thing is it's a learning experience. You're cooking proper food. It's not going to be an absolute disaster. Even something that's gone terribly wrong for you personally, it's still going to be something that's edible. You can chalk that to a bit of experience, and after all, that's what we're here for, is to learn, to grow, and this is certainly part of what I love to do. So as you can see, the colour is really starting to come there now. Some nice little crispy bits coming off as well, which is perfect. Now these potatoes are overcooked, they will obviously straight away turn to mush. And the other important thing about these potatoes is that once you brought them up to the boil, you cook them out for those 2 to 3 minutes. You need to drain them straight away and then flush them with cold water just to make sure that you stop the cooking process. Okay, this way then they stay nice and firm, and then the rest of the cooking happens at this stage. Sorry, I just saw a dove fly past my window. And so at that stage, I'm going to say that that's fine. I don't want to cook them out anymore. We'll hold them a little bit closer, just in case you can see that. So, pan back on. Let the pan just get some of its temperature back again. More oil. And we're going to try and get a nice golden colour on the cauliflower. Wait for the oil to get nice and hot. So I really do hope all you guys that's been watching the videos has been trying them out and has been enjoying at least a bit of time with me, as I have enjoyed spending time doing this for you guys. It's really kind of something that a lot of us chefs up and down the country are at the moment doing. You can find loads of us out there doing it through social media, big names as well as people that like myself. So it's really worthwhile getting out and having a look, supporting these guys who want to support yourselves. It's going to do enough for one plate here. So this is about 120 grams I'm doing here per portion. And again with this, you just want to let it colour. So you don't want to touch it for the minute, you want to let it just do its own thing. The smell actually is really nice. You get that smell of cauliflower coming through, but it's starting to kind of get a little bit darker. You're kind of charring it, so you get that kind of smell going on. Absolutely wonderful. Right, you can now start seeing the colour come through there. Don't be afraid to let this go nice and dark, okay? Not staying firm, but you certainly want to get a deep colour on that, okay? Little turnover. Obviously the other aim here at this moment in time is actually is to cook through that a little bit more, because we've only kind of blanched it briefly, so therefore it's still fairly raw, okay? What we would obviously say is al dente, ready for the next bit. Right, so I've turned it down a little bit now, starting to cook through on the bottom side, but as it's coming together with the colour, I'm going to use, I know this isn't a teaspoon, I'm going to use about 2/3 of a teaspoon to go straight into the pan. Now, the reason why I turn this down is because I don't want to burn my spices. We would at the same time be putting some turmeric into here, which will give it a really nice kind of yellow colour. This will not come out as yellow, sadly, but again, you can smell the spices coming through. Really nice. And yes, there's a lot of oil here, but this oil will get absorbed, will get utilised. So as you can see, the colours really come together nicely. I'm going to add some salt to this. Now I'm going to turn the temperature back up to about medium and add in my potatoes. Oh, the smell is amazing. Really nice. Now there might be some of you out there looking at this going, well, where's the meat? Well, originally when I did this dish, I did a very similar dish down at a place called the Anchor Inn at Seatown. Hi guys, hope you're all safe. And we did a Bombay potato, so we didn't have the cauliflower in there. But we did have the tomatoes, we did have the spinach, we had all the spices going through it and everything else. We did a cauliflower puree, so pure white puree, And this was sat on top, and then we used to do a fillet of sea bream and crispy skin sat up on top. We did a nice little spiced apricot jam to go next to it. So this is kind of taken from there. And this dish, similar to this, so I can't give away too many secrets, is currently one of the dishes that we have been doing at Pipslow Carriage Cafe. We've never been there. Once we're back up and running again, once this is all over, you know where to come and say hi. Love to see you there. Okay, so everything's really come together now. I'm going to add the last of my spice in at this stage. Like I said, it depends on what you like. I wouldn't go for a super strong curry powder, go for a mild or a medium and add more of. That way then you get more of that kind of nice toasty curry flavour as opposed to just overpowering with heat. You want to taste the vegetables that's in there as well. Then spinach. There's a good amount of spinach. I said about 400 grams for a family of 4. You can go more. It does wilt down quite a lot. Just let the heat, the cauliflower and the potatoes wilt it down. You can blanch it, squeeze it, and then put it in at the last second. I'm doing it this way just because it's a little bit more rustic. So literally last kind of minute, tomatoes go in. You don't want them actually cooking, you just want them to warm through. Final stage. Now you can chop your herbs, but the things like this, I think with the coriander in one of these dishes, just rip it by hand, fairly kind of wholly. Baby stalks as well. Squeeze a lemon. Final pinch of salt. And that's it. Time to plate. Okay, so onto the plating. One of the quickfire recipes that's up on my YouTube channel, which is JP's Food Pod. There is a very quick and simple curried hummus. You would normally put your curried hummus into your plate in the middle and then spread it out so you end up with a ring around the outside, and this will then sit inside it. Et voila. Bombay Cauliflower. Enjoy, guys. Until the next time, stay safe, stay at home, and take care. Bye.